Okay, are we ready to roll? It is 5:00 p.m. on Tuesday, September 26, 2023, and I will call this regular town board meeting of the town of La Pointe to order. Take a roll call. Mike Anderson.
Here.
Amy Baxter.
Here.
Sue Brenna.
Here by Zoom.
Here by Zoom. Samantha Dobson.
Here.
And Glenn Carlson here. We also have our town clerk, Alex Smith, our former town clerk, Michaela Montaigne, and our town administrator, Michael Kukta, in attendance. And that is the extent of our audience. So, is there any public comment? None. Administrative reports. Town administrators report. Are there any questions or comments for Michael?
I have a question for Michael. Just on item number 4. Do we get reimbursed by the Board of Aeronautics for that tree removal out there?
Right.
Yeah. It's just we have to do it, so, okay. That was my question.
I wondered how it went with Jim Lemke and Bob Golitsky. Did they sound positive?
Yeah, it's much of an introductory meeting with all of these DNR officials.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they have a better understanding of the challenges we in the sanitary district are facing, how the DNR needs to modify or allow us to reconstitute the MOUs.
Mm-hmm.
And if the solution is to move it to a different location that is connected to the sanitary district's collector system, that there's going to be substantial costs. And so we're going to need financing, and we're probably going to need the ability to charge users
Right.
for that service.
Cool.
So they understood all of those concerns. And Bob and Dave being local, I think they are even more aware of the impact on the island and how that service is used by campers, both on the island and people who come over to the free service.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool, thanks.
Any other questions or comments for Michael? Unanimous consent to place on file?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, Public Works. I don't think we have anything under road stock and harbor, no. Parks, we've got 3 things. One is to extend campground assistant, and now this is where you've got your separate town board meeting memo from Michael. And that's the first item, which is to extend it by 2 weeks. And until October 23rd, not to exceed 764 hours, which was the authorized amount originally. Is there a motion to extend the end date?
I'd make a motion to extend the end date of the campground assistant by 2 weeks till October 23rd, 2023, not to exceed 764 hours. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So you can see us now, Sue?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
The next item is Parks 2, special event permit for Treaty Day activities at the rec center on September 30th. Is there a motion to approve the
I'd make a
permit?
motion that we approve the permit to the Treaty Day activities on September 30th.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
You used to do a rain day.
They didn't ask for it.
Okay, the next is a special event permit for the closing of LeSueur and Bell Street and Russell Park, the use for Family Fall Festival on October 21st. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the permit with the, I want to talk about it for.
Okay, you have a motion.
Okay.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
So they say close the streets. What happens if an emergency vehicle has to get down those streets?
I think the booths have always been on the side and it's just,
Well,
I
that's,
don't want you driving there.
I understand,
I think it's
yes, I understand what they're saying, but I want to make sure they understand not to close those streets, because could you imagine if there was ever a fire at Bell Street?
It's
It'd
wide
be-
enough for vehicles to get through.
you
They
know,
don't completely block
Block the
the
street.
road. It's not about blocking.
But I mean, the permit says closing the street and
They
I.
just want you to be able to walk in the middle of the road, that's all.
Yeah.
Right.
No, an ambulance could get through it.
Is there a way to, that you guys, or somebody talks to them, or just so we don't block the street?
Michael,
Certainly put a condition on the special use permit that.
Leave room for an emergency
The
vehicle.
way they set up exhibits that there is room for emergency vehicles to still travel through.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, that'd be bad if we.
Yep. Okay, any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on for committees, planning and zoning, anything under there, Michael? Didn't see anything, okay. Next, Winter Transportation Committee, appoint ferry line representative. I've been advised that the Harbor Commission will appoint or make a recommendation to us to appoint a representative to represent the interests they have, and they are meeting Thursday
Morning.
apparently to that is on their agenda. So we can either just postpone that, motion to postpone,
I'll make a motion, we postpone.
I'll second with discussion.
okay? Discussion?
Do we have to, because it says at your discretion. So we don't have to, I mean, if,
Well, this is, you know, funded, the winter trans, as you know, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3.
but I mean, if we have our meeting on Thursday morning and nobody. I know it says that that's gonna be on our agenda, but I'm just saying, what happens if everybody says we're not gonna do it? Then what do we do?
We will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Well, I mean, it says at your discretion, because you appoint them, the chairman.
Right. Right, but we're looking, I mean, it is a ferry line seat on the Winter Transportation Committee. It's dedicated for the ferry line.
That Gary had.
Yeah, the ferry line realizes that they're probably not going to be the owners any longer, and so they don't see their role as being a member of the Winter Transportation Committee, which seems reasonable. And they would be perfectly happy having a member of the Harbor Commission serve on the Winter Transportation Committee. And so we're saying, yeah, okay, Harbor Commission, who would you like to have be representative on that? Hopefully a member of the Harbor Commission, but if not, they
Call
can,
passing the buck.
you know, they want to have appropriate representation. So we're going to defer to the Harbor Commission, and hopefully they will have someone volunteer, or someone will be absent on Thursday. And
Exactly. Picture up here.
so was there a motion and second to defer to postpone that?
I need a motion to.
We did. We got
Postpone.
So all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next is Community Awards Committee, and I sent out a brief email to everyone. We have 3 nominees to be on the committee. Michael Collins, Glenn Smith Patterson, and Sari Demarest.
I'll make
Go ahead, Mike.
I'll make a motion to have Glenn appoint these people to the committee.
Second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next, we have committee minutes. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the several sets of committee minutes that we've received over the last month? Okay, hearing none. We'll move on to Harbor Commission. Appoint members for the term ending 10/6 of 26. And these are the two individuals who essentially got the short straw when we set it up and got the 1-year terms. And so now their 1-year terms are over and these are now 3-year terms, just like, it'll be in usual. We had 2 people sign up for it, and it's the 2 people who are already on the commission. And that is Michael Collins and Evan Erickson Jr. So do we have a motion to
I make a
approve?
motion to reappoint, reappoint Michael Collins and Evan Erickson to a 3-year term ending on October 6, 2026.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain.
Opposed? We have 1 abstention. I'm not going to say anything, but it's the person who serves with them. I'm sure that's not the reason you're abstaining. The next is, so that motion carried. Next is Public Arts Committee, in conjunction with the chamber. They've asked for permission to do some chalk art on sidewalks and possibly streets in connection with Fall Fest. We did have similar requests come up from the Public Arts Committee for a different use, a different place to do this. This is more in line with where I believe the Fall Fest roads will be, those would be the ones that they might chalk, LeSueur and Bell Street, and then sidewalks, again, assuming they get permission from adjacent property owners. I don't have an issue. Does anyone have an objection?
Just,
I think we already talked to them about our
Yeah,
concerns.
yeah,
and they know
concerns,
what-
Yeah.
What we,
Okay,
clean.
so we're going to authorize them to do their chalk art contest as they've described. And yeah, it'll be allowed on public sidewalks and streets, which would be closed. Again, I think the proviso would be that they get, if there are sidewalks in front of private businesses or residences, that they get permission from the adjacent property owner.
Mhm.
Okay, so is
Do
that,
you want a motion?
yes,
I'll make a motion to approve the Public Arts Committee to go ahead with Fall Fest chalk art contest and follow what we talked to them about before.
moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, Town Hall Administration Budget Summary Report. You all have received, these reports look different than the ones that you may have been familiar with that Barb did. These reports are system generated as opposed to her having to go through and re-enter things into Excel spreadsheets. So normally you would be getting these on the Friday before the town board meeting. There are more detailed reports available, and I think, Sue, I sent you some just to get you the whole packet. So
Yeah.
if anyone is interested in more detail than what you see there, more line items, basically, that certainly is available to you, and we can do that if you'd like. And I can send out, or Michael, if you want to send out,
One of us.
okay,
And if you would like to see, if you look at additional detailed reports and would like those to be included regularly in what is presented, let us know. The CPA firm will generate those, so we will share those after they generate.
One copy of all the detailed reports would be good to be printed for the meeting to have here if there were any questions, and then Alex will put it in. We have a big binder that has like a thick packet for
Okay.
every month. So just to make sure Alex gets that original big packet.
Okay. I think in the past, you didn't, the board members generally did not get that full detail simply because it can be somewhat overwhelming.
I would bring it with me in case there was ever any questions and we could open it up and find the answer, but that never happened, but it was always here with me, just so.
Yeah, and I get the full detail. I've asked for the full detail. Michael Gupta gets the full detail. Alex should be getting the full detail, but again, we'll send out electronic copies. Right now to all of you for everything. If we could just send the ones that we did tonight, Michael, just send out this month's, the full packet. I've got that email from the accounting firm from Pearson Ehlers and Pierce. That we can just, I mean, it's like 10 PDFs. And you just look at it and decide if that's something you want to see regularly or not. Okay, is there a motion to accept the budget summary report?
I will make a motion to accept the budget summary report as presented.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? And we look, I think, other than we know about the police budget going, over, but other things look pretty well in line, or some things look a little better. Okay. Did we take a vote on that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Michaela. Next is the 2024 budget meeting schedule. Last year, we had our budget workshops at various times. Some were at 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? We kind of jumped around and.
Most of them were 5 and 5:15, we're still.
Okay. Samantha, your schedule is, you're done at 4:30.
I put the kids on the bus, at 4:30 within minutes after.
Would you prefer 4:45 or 5 o'clock?
I could probably get here at 4:45. But 5 o'clock would be better.
I have jury duty.
Well, we're just going to put our hands together and pray that all those cases get settled before you go to jury duty.
But I don't know, what boat I'd be on if I have to go over the day.
Well, let's just assume that you're not going to have to go over
Okay.
that all.
Fine.
Okay. So with that being the case, would 4:45 work for you? Like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays? Is that the days we're
It's
looking?
fine with candle shop. I have no idea about, but yes, if there were no cases,
Yes, assuming no cases.
assuming no cases.
That's what we have to
4:45.
do, right?
Yep.
So why don't we set 4:45 as the time for our, and Sue, that works for you?
Yes, that works.
Okay, thank you. Why don't we just set 4:45 for all the budget workshops then?
And I will not be able to even call in on Thursday, November 9th, because I'll be driving to South Carolina.
Thursday, November 9th. And it's quite possible that we won't need that meeting.
Okay.
That's for the follow-up. So it's, we call it round 2. And really that's an opportunity mostly for if we are making significant cuts to any department, that we get an opportunity to come back and to try to defend what they wanted. And so that's, but if we don't have any of those, we don't need those meetings. Okay. Do we need a vote? No. Hearing no. Okay, next item then, compensation resolution 2022-1227D, and this is to memorialize Michael Kupka's increase. So we're looking for a motion to adopt that resolution.
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 2022-12270.
Attachment D will be in.
Attachment.
Attachment D. Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Is it okay to pass that one?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, go ahead. Next, we have vouchers.
I will make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $66,617.11.
Okay,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, alternative claims.
I will make a motion to approve alternative claims in the amount of $314,431.33.
Second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, treasurer's report. Oh, thanks.
make a motion to approve the treasurer's report with a checking account. Available balance of $1,222,228.68.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, minutes. We have two sets, the regular town board meeting on September 12th and the special town board meeting on September 19th. We can do those together. I guess we can.
I'll make a motion that we approve the regular town board meeting minutes of September 12th, 2023, and the special town board meeting minutes September 19th, 2023.
second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Sue's job.
Oh, that's
I was
true.
waiting. to see if he wanted to.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we were, that's why there was that big pause. Okay, moving on, emergency services. I don't believe we have anything on the police department
Let's do any discussion you want to.
and the note we got from the police chief regarding the ferry accident.
I think it was all great.
All right, moving on, fire department, they're on there because you have now received their monthly report. Are there any questions on that?
I was wondering, if we have a fine for reoccurring people that have unattended fires, can we have a town one?
That I do not know. It is a DNR jurisdiction. Generally, but I can look into whether. I have the authority of them.
That would be nice.
Reoccurring people who are burning.
Yeah,
Like he said, in 2019, the town board passed an ordinance for outdoor and refuse burning. And it was signed by the town board, but it's never been posted or published or put into action because it was never followed up with the fire department and other departments that needed to. So I can give this to Michael and you guys can revisit this, but it has never been followed up with.
I think Michael will find that if you talk to the fire department, they don't want to, they want to let the DNR in. They just want to report it to the DNR, not,
but the
They don't want
DNR fine
yeah,
And
versus
so-
town.
yeah, they don't
Since
want.
twenty nineteen, it's been at every town board.
The local
Seriously.
fire department doesn't want to get involved with the fine.
This is the kind of institutional memory we're trying to be.
Well, it's like an original document that never had anything
Well, it's
done,
not
to
out.
it, so it stayed in the original folder and
My word. Okay, well, good job, Michaela.
I'm glad.
All right,
Maybe gonna.
so,
it sounds like he's browsing, you know?
how about that?
I mean, he wants to find people, I want to let.
Okay, Michael, you'll follow up with that. Thank you. Okay, and I guess there's is there unanimous consent to place the fire department monthly report on file? Because we didn't
Yes.
consider it before. So
Yes.
Yes.
that's okay. Next, public comment D. Do we have any public comment? Okay, hearing none. Move on to liquor and operators licenses. And requesting approval of ordinance 2023-01. Designating municipal official, and that's the town clerk, to issue operators licenses. And we've talked about this before. This is just the actual ordinance to approve it.
I would make a motion to approve the ordinance number 2023-01 for designating the clerk to hand out municipal license.
I'll second.
Operators, okay. Moved and seconded, any discussion?
There's Sue.
Okay, hello, Sue. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Lawsuits and legal, anything to report?
Nope, nothing that's not in the.
Item 14, new agenda items for future meetings. I do have one that I had hoped to get resolved today, but we probably will want to talk about at the next meeting that it looks like we will be needing to replace our treasurer. Treasurer is finding the job is a little bit more than what he expected. And so he's indicated to Michael Kupta and myself that he's tentatively planning to step down the end of October.
Is that because of Barb's activities being added onto him, or in the original, everything was too much?
I don't think it's any additional responsibilities. I think it's the basic. Is
Okay,
that
It's
your,
more hours than he thought.
That's my understanding.
yeah. A lot more hours. I mean, it's not like it's a couple more hours. It sounds like it's a lot more time. And so Michael Kupta and I have been in communication about how we proceed on that. And we don't have anything really to talk about right now. And if we did, we couldn't because it's not on the agenda. So this will be on our next agenda. Is there anything else for the next agenda?
We will have an amended contract with the Northwest Regional Planning Commission for comprehensive plan maps.
Great, thank you.
And you'll have the ferry line or the harbor commission representative for the winter transportation,
Maybe.
maybe.
Fingers crossed.
Also did at this meeting.
Yeah, and I'm sure that we're going to have other things from the Harbor Commission by the time of our next meeting. Okay, anything else? If nothing else, item 15.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
well, Mike, you failed.
I was nice to him.
I don't know, I was thinking we could have done it in 15 minutes without all my.
Have a good night, everyone.